President Trump announced at the White House coronavirus press briefing on Tuesday that the United States will immediately halt all funding for the World Health Organization (WHO), saying it had put political correctness over life-saving measures. Also at the briefing, the president said plans to ease the national economic shutdown were being finalized, and that he would be authorizing governors to reopen their states to reopen as they see fit. At the same time, Trump made clear that he was not going to put any pressure on governors to reopen. "We have to get our sports back," Trump remarked. "I'm tired of watching baseball games that are 14 years old." In the meantime, Trump declared that the United States would undertake a 60 to 90-day investigation into why the China-centric WHO had caused so much death by severely mismanaging and covering up the coronavirus spread. The United States is the WHO's largest single donor, and the State Department had previously planned to provide the agency $893 million in the current two-year funding period. As early as late December, Wuhan medical staff were suspected to have contracted the disease, indicating likely human-to-human transmissibility. On January 4, in a statement first flagged by the National Review, the head University of Hong Kong Center for Infection warned that the city should implement the strictest possible monitoring system for a mystery new viral pneumonia that has infected dozens of people on the mainland, as it is highly possible that the illness is spreading from human to human. The Chinese government also began suppressing news about the virus, and even detained Dr. Li Wenliang, who has since died of coronavirus after trying to warn the international community of the threat. Nevertheless, on January 8, the WHO declared, preliminary identification of a novel virus in a short period of time is a notable achievement and demonstrates China's increased capacity to manage new outbreaks. Again on January 14, the WHO simply echoed Chinese government statements. Preliminary investigations conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV identified in Wuhan, China. By January 19, the WHO had changed its tune somewhat, but still hedged. Not enough is known to draw definitive conclusions about how it is transmitted, the clinical features of the disease, the extent to which it has spread, or its source, which remains unknown. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top infectious disease expert in the U.S. and a key member of Trump's coronavirus task force, has said misinformation from China, repeated by the WHO, had affected U.S. response efforts. Several media organizations had also uncritically cited WHO's assurances about the coronavirus. The Washington Post even ran a story quoting a Chinese official asking for empathy and slamming the White House for acting in disregard of the WHO recommendation against travel restrictions. As usual, the briefing contained some flare-ups. At one point, Trump slammed CNN analyst and Playboy reporter Brian Karem as a loudmouth and even threatened to leave the briefing, as Karem refused to stop screaming questions even after his microphone had been cut off and another reporter had begun speaking. "I told them when they put this guy here, it's nothing but trouble," Trump said. "He's a showboat. If you keep talking, I'll leave, and you can have it out with the rest of these people."